It's Jose and I'm here to slay. Come to you, not here to play. So get your likes in. Better get those comments in.
Hey y'all, so I'm headed to work or whatever the case may be, and this has been a real good adjustment. So for the past couple days or whatever, since Davion's been home, I've been trying to adjust to the fact that he's back. And it goes for work, it goes for can you hurry up, it goes for work, it just goes for everything pretty much, like feeding, how much food I'm gonna have in the house, what I need to be doing, like so on and so forth. So already since my baby has been back, I have a hole in my wall. I mean, it's pretty much both of our fault. So we play around a lot, and like Davion was like laying on the door, and I'm like, open the door, because I was trying to come in, he was trying to like push it closed, so I just put a little strength into it, and he's very dramatic, so he flew back and like fall, and then he fell into the wall, and now there's a hole in the wall. So I had to call my complex, and I was like, okay, can y'all come fix this? And they're like, oh, you're gonna be out of pocket charges. Just gonna charge you either before you move out, or you contractor's gonna come and check it now. So I was like, okay. So my friend Brittany came over, whatever, and she's like, I could do it. Like, I could plaster a wall. It's not that big of a deal. Like, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, girl, then that's what we're gonna do. So I was talking to the lady, and I was like, can I just fix it myself? And she was like, yeah. Okay, so girl, I'm not gonna be paying no contractor to come fix nothing in my house when y'all about to be charging me an arm and a leg to be doing it, when I could just go buy a couple of supplies and spend probably under $50 to fix the wall. So that's exactly what's gonna happen, sis. You really had me chopped and or screwed. But yeah, so yesterday I was telling Davion, like, you're late. I was telling, well, not yesterday, day before yesterday maybe. I was like, you're lazy, like you don't like to do nothing, you like to just huff and puff and whatever, blah blah blah, and you don't want to be cleaning up and stuff like that. But I'm not about to clean up after you, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. He was like, well, at least I don't, what did he say? At least I don't just sit around and watch people do stuff and not be any help. But I'm like, so me and Davion, okay, let me explain, y'all. We have been in this honeymooners phase. If that makes any sense. It probably sounds weird when I'm talking about my kid, but a honeymooners phase. So basically, like, nothing is wrong. Everything is peaches and cream and unicorns and blah 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 blah. And everything is just everything is just so great. Because I've missed my son. It's been 8 months since he's lived with me, and that, you know, that is a big thing. And I kind of like low-key was feeling bad, because it's like, who lets their kid, you know, dip out for 8 months? But it's just the same thing. Like, my predicament is different than everybody else's predicament. I can't really think about who else is doing what and whatever, blah, blah, blah. It was a sacrifice that I had to make to get where we are. You know, I got my place, I got his room, I got space, I got our house set up, so on and so forth. So all of that kind of made sense, and plus it gave him a chance to be away from me, to learn himself, because like I said, I'm very like, don't do this, you're not supposed to be doing this is blah blah blah, make sure you do this, blah, blah. I'm on top of him about a lot of stuff, which is not bad, but I want him to find himself and see if he can do that kind of stuff. They had that same energy when I'm not around, if that makes any sense. So it was pros and cons to us being separated. But anyway, so this honeymoon phase or whatever is like, okay, well, everything was cute and blah blah blah, but after he said that, I was like, this ungrateful little brat. Well, I said more words in my head. And I was like, I had to let him know, like, remind him or whatever the case may be. I'm like, you know what? I guess I have to start reminding you again that my hands do still work for you, and I will punch you in the back of your forehead. Period, poo. Because you just really ungrateful. I said, I don't do anything. I said, first of all, everything in this house is from me. And I shouldn't even have to explain that to nobody. Not, especially not no child. That's for one. I say, and for two, you are like, you have a PlayStation 4. He just got a bike day before yesterday. He got all this new stuff. He just got so much. I just got him another phone, so on and so forth. And I said, this is what my sister was, and I was saying, like, he has a smart mouth, and you gonna be like blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't worry about that stuff, because we don't have that problem. Oh, but he forgot that we don't have that problem. He just thinks that that's just his energy for everybody. And I'm like, I had to let him know, like, watch how you talking and watch what you saying. because you say the right things to me, and I'm gonna punch you in your mouth, and I'm not playing with you. I love you to death, and I'm gonna let you know that. But I brought you here, and I will take you out. Period. Freaking poo. You will not disrespect me. Period. I don't care what the situation is. I said, and I really started feeling like my mom. I did, and I'm just like, I was like, right, I think I'm gonna have to knock you out right before you go back to school. And he was like, a day before? I said, no, because I need all the bruises and wounds and stuff to heal up before you go back. I'm very like, I am not against, no physical, disciplinary actions being taken on these kids. I'm not against it. I don't think you should abuse your kids, but a quick pop in the mouth real quick will let you know. Because my thing is like, okay, so say my son goes out in the streets and he's popping that lip to somebody in the street. Guess what they're gonna do? Pop him in his mouth. But guess what? He would know that if he was getting popped at home. Oh, grrr. So it is what it is, and that's just it. I had to let him know and remind him. So girl, like the past couple of days, I'm like, go brush your teeth. Go get in the shower. I have to always let him know. But after I said that to him last night, we had that long behind talk when I was just really going in on him. He woke up this morning and all I hear him in the bathroom brushing them teeth. I ain't even ask him. I ain't say nothing. And then I just cleaned it. I just told him, I was like, clean the house up. I did the dishes and I cleaned the kitchen because he's still a kid. Not that he can't do it. It's just like I like my stuff a certain way. The rest of the house is really no other way you can do it. You just gotta really clean it. But the kitchen, like I went in there after him on the dishes, and one of our bowls was still greasy, but just the stuff that we cooked, like I was cooking with, it was still kind of greasy. And I'm just like, ew, no, I'm not about to deal with that. So I did the kitchen, which is fine. I don't mind both of us cleaning because I don't mind it. I was cleaning before he got here, and I was going to work and everything too right before he got here. So it's not a problem for me to clean. So I just told him, I was like, clean the whole house. Before, when he first got here and I was asking him to do stuff, he was dragging his feet, looking all sad, like he's so depressed and blah, 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 so on and so forth. But today, after that thing yesterday, it was like, I literally feel like he got reminded that I was not to be played with, and I had to let him know I'm crazy. I am. So he cleaned the house up. He did everything I asked him to do. He ain't huff, he ain't puff, he did it right away. He didn't drag his feet, nothing. And I didn't have to even put my hands on him. Because I told him, like, I don't want to, but I will. Do not think for 5 seconds that these hands, I need to practice anyway. If I'm going to have to start beating up this neighborhood because they don't know who I am, I'm going to start practicing. So I could just be practicing on you. But I really don't want to hit him. I don't want to, like, put my hands on him. I don't want to, like, do that because it's just like he really doesn't need it because he's not that kind of kid. He's like, if I yell at him, he'll cry. That's how he's very sensitive, and like he doesn't like when I'm upset with him. All I have to say is like, I'm disappointed in you, and he is like stressed. You know what I'm saying? But that mouth, you try me and I'm going in your mouth. Wherever you try me, I'm going in, period. We can play, we can laugh, we can joke all day, but just don't forget, just because I'm playing with you and laugh with you does not mean I'm your friend. I'm not your friend, and I'm not nobody on the street. So you talk to me and you remind yourself that when you're talking to me, you talking to me like you respect me. Because if you don't respect me, I'm going to show you what it's like not to respect me. Period. So that's just all said and done. So now me and him are on like a different level, whatever case maybe. My friend Brittany is going to come pick him up and get him for the weekend. Now, I feel like last week, I would not be like letting him go spend the night in nobody's house. Not that I don't want him in nobody's house or I don't trust her. It's just the fact of I miss him and I want him home. But now, girl, we done passed the honeymoon stage. We are back on regular terms. Come get him. He can go for the weekend. I need a break already. Because I don't want to kill this child. So give me some espacio and we'll be fine. But he hasn't really been bad, but he's just been like that mouth, and we're not going to keep playing with that. I want him to be able to speak and tell me stuff and come to me about anything, but it's like so tough being a parent because you want your child to be open and talk to you and tell you things and blah, 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 blah. But you also don't want your child thinking that you're their friend and that when they come to you about stuff that they could just be talking to you all willy-nilly and like y'all are just close buds. No, I want you to be able to come to me. Don't be scared to say anything because I'm going to flip out. No, but you watch how you talk to me because I will really slap your teeth to the back of your throat because that's just literally how it's going to be. We didn't have this problem for a long time. It'd be moments where he pop up and pop out here and there, show up and show out here and there, but it stopped because he knows. But Because children are always going to try you. If you don't have any kids, you'll know children will always try you. They always want to see how far they can push you. The older they get is the more they want to try you, the more different things they want to try and see if it'll work, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So I want him to understand that I'm not to be played with. I'm very unpredictable, and I don't know what I'm going to do myself, period. But we have fun. It's like, I'm a fun parent, but I'm not going to play with you either. Like, if that makes sense. I'm going to play with you, but I'm not going to play with you. Okay? So...